Welcome back, Patriots, to another episode of Powerhouse Tactical Television News. We have another great episode for you this evening with the news that the fake news media just won't cover. Please show your support by subscribing, pressing the like, and sharing this video with your friends and family. With that said, let's get to our first news. So, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, said another really weird thing the other day during a press conference. And I listened to it multiple times, and I still can't figure out what the heck she's talking about. When she was asked why was there none of the issues that they've been talking about, all the talking points during the impeachment proceedings, are actually made it into the article of impeachment. So none of that stuff is in there, like bribery, abuse of power, and all that stuff. So why didn't they make it into the articles of impeachment? Obviously, we know why, because none of them are true. But this is what she said.
You discussed of bribery. Why did you decide not to make bribery one of the articles of impeachment?
I myself am not a lawyer. Sometimes I act like one. Not as often as I act as a doctor. I practice medicine on the side without benefit of diploma, too. This is a decision that was recommended by our working together with our committee chairs, our attorneys, and the rest.
Okay. So she says, I'm not a lawyer. That's fine. She should have just ended it there. It wouldn't have been weird. But as soon as she said, I'm not a lawyer, even though I act like one, well, okay, that's kind of weird. But then she adds, and I also play a doctor. And I'm not a doctor either. I don't know what, did she try to be funny there? Like, she's just weird. Anyways, these are the types of people that are supposedly leading our nation currently, and that is not a positive prospect. Fortunately, we have someone else that's unlike these bozos that's in the White House currently, and I thank God for that. James Comey, as soon as we're about to forget about this guy, is in the news again. So ever since the IG report by Michael Horowitz came out, the report came out, Comey has been going around the country, all kinds of media outlets, including Fox, and has been congratulating himself, saying that this report has vindicated him. It has proven that he had no wrongdoing. Well, it's just not true, is it? He's been going around saying, and he even wrote an op-ed piece, that there was no spying. This quote unquote, there has been no spying, and congratulated himself. It was all lies, no treason, no spying on Trump campaign, no tapping of wires. It was just good people trying to protect America. That's exactly what he said. Except the nearly 500-page report by the IG's office, Horowitz report, while confirms otherwise. So while Comey says that he has been cleared by the IG's report, the report actually says otherwise. That FBI had abused the FISA process to spy on Trump's campaign, using an unreliable dossier filled with deranged innuendos. The report found that Christopher Steele's dossier was a core part of the FISA applications, and that it was not wholly credible. That's what the report said. But it was still used to justify the spying on Page and Papadopoulos and all these guys that were Trump campaign staffers at the time, despite at least, according to the report, despite at least 17 significant inaccuracies and omissions. Now, significant inaccuracies and omissions, that's just legal talk. Inaccuracies and omissions, you know what that is in layman's terms? Lies. Lies. Knowing something and saying something else. What else? How else would you describe a lie, right? The team that was investigating and spying on Trump's campaign and through the FISA process was called the Crossfire Hurricane. Really corny name too. Crossfire Hurricane team failed to inform the department officials of significant information that was available to the team already. So they knew at the time that the FISA applications were drafted and filed. So much of that information that they were withholding was inconsistent with or undercut the assertions contained in the FISA application that were used to support probable cause. So probable cause was had to have been proven. So they had to prove that there was a probable cause in order for the FISA application to be accepted and approved when it was filed, for them to issue a warrant for them to be able to spy on the Trump's campaign, right? So they were using a false dossier, Steele dossier, to prove probable cause. And because it was all lies, probable cause wasn't there. So the probable cause that weren't even there was used to apply, to make application for the FISA warrant. And when the FISA warrant was approved, which was based on the non-probable cause, which was based on the lies of the Steele dossier, they went ahead and spied on Trump's campaign. So as he goes around and saying that he's been vindicated and he congratulates himself that it has been proven that he had no wrongdoing, let's watch Senator Lindsey Graham.
He said this week that your report vindicates him. Is that a fair assessment of your report?
And here's Horowitz.
You know, I think the activities we found here don't vindicate anybody who touched this.
Okay. Let's run a clip.
So clearly, he says nobody has been vindicated. Nobody can say that they've been vindicated as long as they've touched this file. So it's pretty clear that the Horowitz, Michael Horowitz, who wrote this report, doesn't think that James Comey has been vindicated. However, it could appear right now that Horowitz report has kind of let Comey off the hook for now. That's what it could appear as. And that's partially true because the report actually says that the spying has happened. They did spy on Trump's campaign. That's not even a question. That's a fact now, according to the investigation report. But now the question is, did they mean to do it? Did they do it with malice? Did they do it with criminal intent? That's what we're talking about. So according to Horowitz report, this was done not because of any criminal intent, but due to incompetency. So miscommunication between the investigators and the director of the FBI, which was Comey at the time. And that's what Horowitz is going with. So now that's why Comey is going around the country saying that, oh, yeah, I just didn't know it at the time. Yes, there's been some discrepancies. There's been some unkosher things happening, but it wasn't because we were partisan and we wanted to get Trump out of there. We did that because we just didn't communicate with each other. The lowly investigators, FBI agents, they don't tell me every single detail. I was just a director. That's what he's saying, which is ridiculous. So right now, like I said, Comey's going around and doing that, but Horowitz report had no choice but to be written that way because Michael Horowitz didn't really have any subpoena power during his investigation, right? So Michael Horowitz, during his investigation, he was not granted any subpoena power. So now Comey seems to be in the free and clear. All the things that are in the report was done through witnesses, interviews with witnesses, but they were all hearsay. And they could not get any really important players in here to testify and agree to their interview, because Horowitz just did not have the power to force them to, which is what subpoena does. But guess who has the subpoena power? John Durham. Investigator John Durham, federal investigator John Durham. So he's Attorney General Bill Barr's investigator, appointed investigator, and he has a subpoena power. And trust me, he'll be calling on various very important players in this saga to come in and be interviewed. If they don't want to, then he has the subpoena power to force them to. Now, what he's conducting right now is not an administrative investigation. It's not even a civil investigation. He is conducting right now formally and officially a criminal investigation. So criminal investigation will yield, once successful, some crimes and convictions. Jail time. So I cannot wait till Durham's investigation is completed and see some heads rolling. I just can't wait till some of these deep state traitors are going to jail. So again, I really appreciate everyone's support by watching this video and sharing and subscribing and everything. But there's another way to support our cause and this channel is checking out our original design t-shirt. This will not only give us support, but also it'll show your support for our president. Now, with that said, I'm going to end with this today. So if the Steele dossier was the base of the probable cause, which was the base of the FISA application, which yielded FISA warrant to spy on Trump campaign, which yielded various different false accusations that led to the Mueller report and now to Ukrainian scandal. Then, if we go all the way back where it all began to the Steele dossier, and if that Steele dossier is proven to be false, which now it has been by Horowitz report, then there was no probable cause. If there was no probable cause, the FISA process would have been denied. And the spying now becomes illegal spying, and so on and so forth. And right now, currently, by the House, the impeachment efforts, that entire impeachment efforts have been based on all this stuff, the FISA stuff. And if that's the case, if the Steele dossier has been proven that it's false, then why? How is impeachment thing still a thing? It makes no sense whatsoever. Schiff, Pelosi, and Nadler, all these guys are just, windbags talking out of their you-know-what without any substantial evidence or facts to support what their claims are. In fact, they know for a fact that what they're using as the evidence and basis to be false. It's like saying, it's like me telling you that I'm going to make you a beautiful turkey sandwich, and I know for a fact that I don't have any sliced turkey. So I'm putting on all kinds of tomatoes and lettuce and extra mayo, mustard, spices and herbs and the extra slices of bread and all these things, just stacking it up to make a sandwich this big. But there's no turkey in it. There's no turkey in it. And if that's the case, is that still a turkey sandwich? So, anyways, that's our news for today. Thank you very much once again for watching. I will be back soon with more important information. We need to be informed and continue this type of discussion in order for us not to be fooled by the fake news, fake media, and the ones that control them. Until then, stay safe, stay yellow. God bless you, and God bless our republic.